Hey everybody, Rivers here. If you don't know me, I have a channel on YouTube. It's Rivers RPG channel, and today I'm taking over Don't Be Bored's channel. Thank you, Oliver, for giving me this opportunity to get out there and introduce myself to more people. And I basically want to talk today about a little bit about my channel and a little bit about character deaths in RPGs. And today most of my stuff is going to be about D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. I play 5th edition, I play 3.5 edition. Actually, I DM the 3.5 game. And that's the edition I want to talk about today, the game I want to talk about. As I want to talk about character death. And we had a character death in the campaign. It was very dramatic. The PCs were in the Underdark in a dungeon, and they were trying to get to another facility, and it's a very odd group. There's 11 player characters, and the lead point guy was a ninja, and he usually lays back in combat. Well, they got into a fight with some drow in the Underdark, and he ran up and jumped into the melee attacks and got into melee with a drow. And I roll in the open when I roll as a DM, and I rolled a natural 20, and in 3.5 you have to confirm a critical hit. So I rolled again. I rolled another natural 20, and I use the critical hit cards from Pathfinder. I don't have them handy right now, but I'm sure you can find them on the internet. And I pulled a card for a slashing weapon. It was decapitation, automatic death, and it couldn't have been any more apropos, because 2 natural 20s, decapitation. It was just, I thought, very well played. The ninja player did not think it was that great, but I run a very high magic campaign, so they were able to revive him with what is called a stick of true resurrection, and that's another story for another day. But like I said, it's a high magic campaign, and they brought him back within a couple rounds. But that brings me to my point of what I do on my channel, and I do reviews or unboxings on miniatures, and I do miniature painting and stuff like that. And this is actually the miniature that I painted for the ninja. And I don't know if you can see it on there, but there is a little red line around his neck now to be a scar from his decapitation. And I thought that was something that the player actually wanted added when I painted it, because I didn't get around to painting it until after that had happened, because I picked those minis up at a convention a couple years ago, and I finally got around to painting them this year. But character death can be dramatic. We also had another character, it's actually the other player's wife, who got killed by an ancient red dragon just recently. Their characters are 18th level at the time, and ancient red dragon, she's a sorceress, and he came down, swooped down, and breathed fire onto the party, and she took the brunt of it and didn't make the save, and she died. And like I said, high magic, they brought her back, but she was out for a little while, and I'm sure for players it's a bad thing. I've been on the receiving end of that, it's never fun to be down and out in a game, even in 5e, when you have death saves. If you're rolling death saves, you're not really out of it, but you're kind of out of it. So it kind of stinks for the player, but it worked out well for them, or for the game, I guess. But this is the mini for her that I painted, and I actually painted at the same time as I did the ninja. And her death was kind of dramatic too, because like I said, it was an ancient red dragon. Swooped down, fire, burned her right up, because she was a sorceress, so not a whole lot of hit points, and she didn't make the save. And it was like, I don't know, 25, 30 D6s or whatever it was. I don't remember the breath weapon off the top of my head. But character death can be somewhat dramatic for characters, players, and I've been on the receiving end, and it's sometimes not fun, but like I said, with high magic you can get back into the game. So I just wanted to talk about character death, and I've been in con games where I've died, and in first edition, I play first edition at cons, and you die a lot. The DM had extra character sheets because he expected character deaths. Character death was definitely expected in first edition, especially at conventions, at least with the guy we played with. And he's a great DM, but it is deadly. So a D4 for a magic user, they don't take much damage before they die. And thieves got a D6, I believe, and they didn't last long either, especially with the traps that were thrown at them. So that's my story on character deaths. And like I said, I've been on both sides. I've killed PCs and I've died as a PC. And I just wanted to tell that story. And I want to explain a little bit about my channel. Like I said, I'm Rivers from Rivers RPG channel. And I do unboxings, and I'll show new books that I get. I'll talk a little bit about this or that, and movies, RPGs. I get a lot of inspiration from movies and books, so I talk about those. And one thing I do is unboxings and stuff like this. I do miniature unboxings a lot of times, and I do have something here that I have to do unboxing on yet. It's the Deck of Many Things and the Deck of Many Fates. So that's a little sneak peek, and I will be opening those soon, I hope. And but I want to thank Oliver for letting me take over his channel. And if you like this video, come on over to my channel, check it out. It's Rivers RPG channel, and give it a thumbs up, comment, and come over and subscribe. And please subscribe to Oliver's channel. Don't be bored if you haven't done so already. And he's a great guy. He's got some great videos. So thanks, Oliver. And that's it for me. Everybody, have a good game.